Hi everyone, it's Aga from EurekaCrystalBeads.com and I'm here with another fun beading tutorial for you. It's going to be a bit of a seasonal one because it's going to be a beaded bead that looks a little bit like an Easter egg, but the beaded bead is made out of our Crystal Waters collection. So if you have it, that's what you can do with it. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you always know when we're posting new content. So in today's video, we're going to be making quite a simple beaded bead that is made out of pearls, mini duos, Toho treasures, and 11-ohs. And you can very easily just pop it on a chain or on a bit of cord. And if you also have this sort of clasp with silicone inside, you can just crisscross the ends of the chain inside and you have yourself the easiest bracelet ever. Now here is a different beaded bead that I made with the Crystal Waters collection that maybe I'm going to show you. Let us know in the comments if you want a tutorial for this one as well. I love beaded beads myself. I don't come up with them a lot, so that's a new for me. This is another color version that I made into maybe a charm, maybe an earring. And in the collection, there are some earring findings, so you can definitely make these into earrings just with the collection. I'm going to show you how to do it today as well. So let me tell you a bit about the materials that you're going to need. Now, if you have our Crystal Waters collection, which is this one, love it, then all of the beads are already with you, so you don't need to get anything extra. But if you just want to make this beaded bead and don't want to get the full collection, or it's already sold out, which is probable, you're going to need 4mm pearls, 15 of them, for one beaded bead. You're going to need 11-ohs, and with Tohos it works great. With Miyukis it's probably going to be just as fine. You're going to need mini duos, and you're going to need Toho treasures, and Miyuki Delikas will be fine as well. So that's it when it comes to beads. Of course, you're going to need a needle, and any needle between 12 and 10, so 10, 11, 12 will be absolutely fine. And with that, you're going to need thread. I'm going to be using Fairline in the color Crystal, 4LB. 5, 6, and 8 LB should be fine as well, although 8 might be a little bit too thick and too stiff. But we don't have any 15-ohs here, so there shouldn't be any blockages inside these beads. You're also going to need scissors. And if you want to make these into earrings, then probably you're also going to need some head pins. Here I have nice ball head pins and some round nose pliers for that. But if not, depends on what you want to do with it. You can just slap it on some beading wire, you can slap it on just something you can hang it on. You can just make a multiple of these and make a necklace out of that. You can make them into charms. Possibilities are endless. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I already have some thread on my needle. You won't need very much, but I think 3 feet is just about enough. And we're going to start with 5 4mm pearls on our thread. Okay, I have 5 pearls in here. I'm gonna slide them down my thread roughly to the 3 feet length. And I'm going to go through all of them again, like that, and that will create a bit of a circle. Now, when I start with a circle, I like to make a knot, so I'm just crossing my threads and making a simple knot over here so that when I'm done, I can just weave in the tail and cut off that thread without worrying that something will happen, because there's already a knot in here. So I'm making a double knot over there. And I'm just going to go through one more pearl here. Like that. Now I'm going to be putting 1 11-0 in between each of the pearls. Make sure you pull tight so that they just kind of pop into place and don't end up like, twisted. And I'm also making sure to keep the tail thread kind of on top of my work because this is going to be the end of the bead. So I just want it to be easily trimmable, so to say. Okay, I'm gonna go through that first 11-0 that I added here. And this is when we're going to be adding our mini duos. So I pick up 3 mini duos. I'm just gonna make sure that their holes are okay, just so that I don't get my work ruined by having to go back because one of the holes is blocked later on. Okay, and what we do is we actually make a turn around that 11-0 over here, so I go into it from the same side that I just went into it a second ago, so that these 3, if you pull tight enough, make this sort of pattern. And now I'm gonna go through the next pearl again and the next 11-0 here. Don't worry about the shape yet, just make sure that they're pulled tight. So I'm coming out of this 11-0 here. I pick up 3 more duos, mini duos that is. I check that their holes are okay. And I go right back around through this 11-0 here. And through the next pearl, the next 11-0. And I do that for all of the 5 pearls and 11-0s in the circle. Okay, I'm done with all the sets of 3 mini duos, and now I actually finished with this one, and I just went through the next pearl and the next 11-0 once again. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up the next super duo here, a mini duo that is, of course, and I'm going to go back through the second hole of that mini duo to start the new row. I'm gonna now connect this mini duo to the next mini duo so that this is how they're connected. And in between these, I'm going to add 2 Toho treasure beads. So I pick up 2 Toho treasures and I just go around adding 2 of them in between the mini duos in the same set and connecting the neighboring sets by that second hole. So you can even try to do it in one go, like this. So this is when the entire structure is starting to get a little bit convex, if you look at it from this angle. And you just continue doing that all around. The last pair of Toho treasures now, and I'm adding them over here in between the mini duos. And I want to go up through the next mini duo and through these Toho treasures here, that middle mini duo, and the next Toho treasure on the other side. Now is when I want to pull tight, and you can see that like 1/3 of our egg or beaded bead is ready, and my thread is coming out of like in between these Toho treasures on one side of the middle mini duo. Now is when we're going to be adding pearls in the middle row, so I'm just going to prepare 5 pearls here. And what you do is you just go around adding pearls and going through Toho treasure, mini duo, Toho treasure, just like so. And another pearl. And I'm going into the Toho treasure, going through the mini duo and the Toho treasure on the other side. And if you'll notice, that's why I don't cut off the tail as I bead, because I really like how I can hold on to that tail thread, and I just kind of put it around my fingers so that I can hold it quite steadily as I bead, and I don't have to find ways to hold on to my work. I rather just hold it like at the tip of my fingernails. So that's how I do it. And the last pearl in here. Now we're kind of halfway. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, but the exact opposite way, so to speak. So I want to exit the pearl in here. And I'm just going to be adding 1 Toho treasure, 1 mini duo, 1 Toho treasure. So this is the exact same thing as in here, but on the other side. So I'm already adding the middle mini duo from the 3 on the other side. So this is what I do for the next row. Toho treasure, mini duo, Toho treasure, and through the next pearl. Now if you remember, what we did before that is we added 2 Toho treasures and connected the mini duos with them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be exiting the Toho treasure. I'm going to add another one so that there are 2. I'm going to add a mini duo, then another mini duo, because this is going to be the kind of connection underneath here. And I'm going to add another Toho treasure. So the sequence now will be treasure, mini duo, treasure. And I'm going to enter this next Toho treasure in here. Go through 3 beads, one of which is mini duo, and come out on the other side. And what you'll notice is this is what you get. So the pearl is kind of surrounded with the treasures now, And we're just going to connect these later on. But for now, Toho Treasure, 2 mini duos, Toho Treasure, and I'm going into the last one in here now. Now I want to be coming out of, let's say, this bead here. So the second in the pair of mini duos. It doesn't really matter where you come out of, but now you're going to have to go to the other hole of the mini duo. And now it's basically going to be the entire last row. So you'll notice that together with this one, you have 3 beads in here that are exactly on the opposite side of these beads in here. And I'm going out of this hole on this side, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up 111 and I'm just going to connect these 3 beads here, just like so, in the same kind of pattern. I'm going to go through that 11 now, and I'm already going to add a pearl because I need to go to the next 11 as well. So a pearl and an 11, and now I am here. And what I need to do now is I'm going to connect these 3 mini duos, starting with this one from this side. So like from the outer side of the 3, because I just kind of need to make a circle and be back through the 11 over here. So you kind of progress and go forward by going in circles. You go here like this and here like this, and just kind of like in swirls or in loops. Yeah, that's the right word, in loops. So another pearl and an 11, and I look for the next mini duo trio. I go through all 3 of them, make sure everything is nice and tight, and through that 11. And now it's just a pearl that's left, and I'm gonna go through all of these 11 and pearls once again. And through just the pearls as well to tighten up this ring inside. Right, and in this way, it's just tight enough so that if you put a pearl in here, it won't fall through. So it will block kind of the openings on both sides, and you can make it into an earring just like I did in here. Let me just finish this by tying a little knot. And weaving in the tail. And on this side, as I said, not only you already have a knot in here, but you pulled it into the beads a little bit, so you can just cut it off and you have your bead ready. Now a super quick way to make this into an earring. I already have 2 extra pearls and I have some head pins. These are, I think, just over 1 inch, so 1¼ inches probably. And this is going to be perfect for that size. And I just put 1 pearl on the bottom, put it through the beaded bead. I put on a second pearl over here, and I have just enough wire left to make a little loop. So I just take my round nose pliers. I'm trying to hold it against my finger here and pull it just on that pearl here. I'm holding with my round nose pliers just by the end, not at the very end, but just by the end. And I twist it so that something like this comes out. And then I pull it back so that it's just a little bit nicer. If it's still not fully closed, you can close it a little bit more. There. And then you just put it on your earring. This earring finding that I have from the collection, this is super easy because you can just put it on and just kind of push it through that ball, just like that. And now you can close it back shut. And there. Here you have your Easter earrings. Super easy. Alright guys, that's it for this tutorial. Hope you liked it. All of the materials you can find at eurekacrystalbeads.com, of course. They will be also linked down below, so make sure to check the description. I think I'll make a tutorial for this beaded bead that I also like quite much, just exclusively for those who are signed up for our newsletter. So if you're not signed up for our newsletter yet, the link will be also in the description, and I will be posting this tutorial on a special playlist that's also available just for our email subscribers. So make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!